All right, this is the very first day of boot camp. It's time for us to get started. The very first step for us tonight is going to be developing our opt-in. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with a sales funnel, with a marketing funnel, the very first step that you want to get taken care of is that thing that you're going to give away to the member of your target audience, okay? That is called your opt-in. Now, if you will, if you want to follow along, you can go ahead and log in to your dashboard. And I'll share my screen so that we can follow along with one another. Your opt-in is going to be an app. All right. Your initial offer to the attorney is going to be to join your app, to download your app. Why? Because you've got to separate yourself from the rest of the notaries in your area. You have got to come off of Thumbtack. You've got to come up off of SnapDocs. You've got to come off of, you've got to be accessible to that attorney right there from his or her telephone. Now, I want to make a point. For those of you guys who are going and using, attorney near me and searching for Google for just any random attorney, and you don't know whether or not these attorneys are solo operators or not, this is not going to be as effective for you. They may or may not hand that off to the gatekeeper, have the gatekeeper do the download, and that might be the case. That's still a possibility. However, with the solo attorney, we know they don't have anyone else. We know they don't have a team, right? So when they get this invitation from you to download the app, so that now if they need a notary tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, all they got to do is open the app and you're there. That's going to be your unique selling proposition or your USP when it comes to developing the relationships with the attorneys. So the place where you're going to go, and some of you guys are already familiar with this, is Connect Team. Connect Team is free. It's free at the beginning and it's free at the end. So this is not something that you have to pay for. This is something that you can just utilize to enhance your service delivery when it comes to your target audience. So I want you guys to all make sure you tonight set up your Connect Team app. So I'm going to put the website in the chat so that you all can go ahead and get that started. And I will just look for a thumbs up from you as you are entering your, as you are getting your application set up. Just let me know if anybody has any questions. Okay, once you get in there, and this is going to be in the course for you to reference. So when you get ready to if you're not doing it right now, you want to come back to this, it's absolutely fine. I have some screenshots here for you to be able to walk yourself step by step through it. The first thing that you're going to do after you created your, input your telephone number and all of that, the beginning step, you want to begin to customize your app. The first thing you want to make sure you select is the scheduling feature. You do not want time tracking. Time tracking is going to require people to log in and log out. You are not anybody's employee. That is, or you're not anybody's employer, rather. You're not wanting people to log in and log out. You want to make sure you just kill that noise. So when you're setting your app up, what you want to go straight to is the scheduling feature. Any questions so far? Once you have gotten the scheduling feature selected, it's going to ask you for your company name. Make sure you type your company name in there and then click on next step. Then it's going to ask you to upload your company logo. As you can see here, I'm making one for my real estate brokerage because I already had one for Complete Signings, and some of you guys are already on my Complete Signings team. Now we are creating your team, right? I keep telling you guys that this environment is a train the trainer environment, and that you all are going to be future team owners, okay? So what I want you to do is you have to really start thinking of yourselves in terms of, okay, I'm the captain of this thing, all right? This is my app. This is my company app, and I'm going to be making some invitations for some certain people to be able to join this app with me. but primarily I want to get the attorneys. Okay. Now, when you get this app set up here in a minute, we'll talk about how you're going to share the link in your opt-in on your sales funnel. All right, so moving right along. Once you have uploaded your logo, you can change your theme color and do all these wonderful things. It's going to ask you for your mobile number because it's going to send you a notification asking for you to download or do whatever you need to do in order to get the app on your phone. I'm going to check the chat for questions. Everybody good? Okay, perfect. Next, once you've done the telephone number, you click on next step, and then you're going to choose 21. When it asks you how many employees do you have, you want to select the 21 to 50. At some point, you might want to select some of these other numbers, but I know that their free plan allows for up to 50 users. And that's what you want to stick with. Okay, so after you've done that, you want to click on other as far as industries. If it doesn't necessarily have notarial services as an option. So instead of selecting one of these other industries, I just selected other, and then I clicked on add access dashboard. Once you have clicked on other, then clicked on access dashboard, then your dashboard is going to come up. The first thing you want to do is to get rid of that time clock asset. Just completely get rid of it. If you don't get rid of that time clock asset, then what's going to happen is when you begin to invite people onto your app, it's going to say so-and-so and such hasn't signed in yet. And it's going to send them a notification. Hey, you need to clock in. We don't want anyone under the impression that we're employing them. So removing that asset altogether will save you a lot of time, frustration, and unnecessary notifications. At some point in the future, if you want to add that, I'm sure you can reach out to Connect Team and have them add that back, but you don't need that for what you're going to be using this app for. What you are going to be using this app for, and I'll repeat this, is as your opt-in. No notaries are reaching out to these attorneys and saying, hey, look, not only am I a notary, you can get a notary anywhere. You can go to notarize.com, you can go to SnapDocs, you can go to Notary Rotary, you can go to the NNA's website. You can search for a notary online in so many different places. But there's no other notary that's going to be there for you on an app like I am. This is my app. It's free to you. The next time you need a mobile notary, just send me a chat and I'll get the signing scheduled. That level of service, that differentiation takes you from a commodity service to someone unique. Now you're not just a notary. Now the email that you're going to send them notifying them of this is not just another email. It's always going to be about addressing the pain point of your target audience. With every single thing that you do in marketing, especially when you're developing your funnels, everything you do, from the name of the domain that you choose for your funnel, from everything you use in your wording to what you're trying to provide to them, the solution has to be targeted at their pain. Their pain is, for the attorneys, I need a mobile notary after hours. That's their pain, okay? This application, the ease of access of getting access to you, helps them solve that pain. We're not going to talk about anything else other than that pain. So once you've gotten logged into your Launchpad, you want to make sure you delete that time clock. Then after that, it's just a matter of you setting up your Launchpad. Okay. Now, this is very self-explanatory, and everyone on this call is extremely intelligent, so I'm not going to go walking step by step through that. But this is what you need to do in order to get your opt-in set up. Okay, so far, are there any questions?
Hey, Monica, this is Sheila. This is the opt-in for the ClickFunnels, correct?
Yes, this is going to be the opt-in for the ClickFunnels.
Okay.
So we're about to hop over to ClickFunnels next, and I'm going to show you how it's all going to integrate together. But the first thing that you guys need to do is to get this set up before we go there. So as you guys get this set up, okay, I want you to invite me as a user. Invite me as a user. Please use the email in the chat. And as I start seeing those notifications come through, once I get everyone's, it will move on to the next step. Anybody have any difficulty or any questions so far?
I do have a question, Monica. I came in just a few minutes late. Are we on the ClickFunnels site or on something else right now?
We are on something else. It's a good question. We are actually on, the very first step is to set up your mobile app.
Okay.
So before we go to ClickFunnels, we need to get our mobile app set up. And this is actually in your library. It's going to be under, once you go to the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp, set up your mobile app. It'll be that right underneath the attorney database that we went over the other day.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so connectteam.com, the link to the, and here's the thing. If you come across something else comparable that you would rather use, feel free. This is just something that I've run across already that I know how it works, and it's fairly easy to use, and it's free. And it's a great adaptation and an application for what we are trying to do. So I felt like, hey, why go and try to find something else when this one works so well? Tiffany, yes, you got your hand up.
So I'm doing it through the app, and it's asking for your phone number to include you as a user.
Okay, let me get my telephone number put into the chat.
So I'm clicking on that and nothing is happening.
You're clicking on what and nothing is happening?
On the set up mobile app. Hold on, go ahead.
Okay, Wayne, I'll check that in the, looks like that should be okay. We'll be able to get that fixed. That's not a problem. I just checked the chat to see that we got a situation there. Let's go in here and, okay, so you're having a difficult time, Sheila, clicking on the,
I'm about to sit right here.
are you on the desktop?
Yes, I'm on a desktop.
Do you mind if I share your screen or allow you to share your
Right,
screen?
that's fine.
Okay, I just made it available for you to share. If you want to, you can go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Share my screen. Can you see it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll share. So I'm here I'm here.
Okay.
And then I went down to here.
Okay.
And I click connect team.
Correct. That gives you to the instructions.
Yeah. And then set up mobile.
Okay, so no, in order to get to the site, you're gonna look into the chat. In the chat, I just dropped you the website. So you want to go to connectteam.com.
My bad.
That's okay.
My bad. I was a little late getting in. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing then.
Okay, and then once you get to connectteam.com, then let me know how everything starts to work.
Okay.
Okay.
All I see in the chat is I guess when I logged in a little late, I missed the beginning of the chat.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Would you drop it in there again? I'm so sorry, Monica.
Yep, that's no problem. Connectteam.com.
Okay.
All right, so I've been added, it looks like. Tiffany, thank you very much. Let's see here.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to ask a quick question. Why is everyone going to Connect Team? Do I need to be going there as well?
Yes, so for all of you guys who are just joining us, the Connect Team app is going to be the very first step in establishing your funnel. So where we are now is we're logged into Notary Nerds and we're going through the Connect Team app section, but we're also visiting the actual website so that we can go ahead and get the app set up. So,
Okay, so do you recommend us do this on our phones or on the desktop? Because I want it to be on the desktop.
I recommend people do it on their desktop just to get things set up. You can do it from your phone, however, but I set mine up on my desktop, so it was fairly easy for me to do it from my desktop. Perfect. And if you need the website, I just put it into the chat.
So I'm here at Connect Team. What's next?
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have you rewatch that, okay? So what we're doing is just go to your admins, go to your Notary Nerds University,
Okay. I'm there.
okay? And you'll see screenshots that will guide you step by step on what to do in order to get your Connect Team app set up.
Perfect.
Monica, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Progress.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So I'm at the step where it says activate the time clock, and I wrote down where you said remove the time clock. So do I skip that and go straight to activate the job scheduler?
You can, yes.
Okay. So skip. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm asking too many generic questions. So we're doing
Let's
start.
Let's
We
go back
doing
over
long-
that. Let's go back over that again from the top, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, everyone, let's go back over it from the top. So where you're gonna go is to connectteam.com. Let me know when everybody's at connectteam.com.
Good.
Okay, once you're in connectteam.com, now I have screenshots that are gonna kind of help you that are over at Notary Nerds University. So you're gonna have one browser up with connectteam.com, and you're gonna have the Notary Nerds University, my library opened up to your Connect Team instructions, right? So what you're gonna do very first off, it's gonna ask you, hey, how do you wanna customize this application? So you're gonna say, I want to use this for a scheduling function. So you're gonna click on scheduling. And this is obviously after you've entered an email address and a password. Once you've done that, that's when you get to begin customizing your app. All right? Once you've gotten in and selected scheduling as the main reason that you're gonna be using this app, then you wanna go to upload your company logo. And if you wanna change your color of the theme color for your app, you can do that in the next step right here. Okay? Once you've done that, then you wanna make sure you give it your mobile number. Because when you give it your mobile number, it's gonna send you a link so that you can download the app on your phone. That's why I say it's probably better to use your desktop to set this app up. And just to catch everyone up, the sales funnel process involves what we call an opt-in, something that people will opt in to receive for free. That's how they get into your funnel. Your app is going to be your opt-in, right? So when you're reaching out in that email campaign that you're about to initiate, when you're reaching out to these attorneys in the database that you're creating, you're going to invite them to download your app for free. Why? Because you're taking yourself out of the commodity space. A notary is a commodity. You can get a notary anywhere, at the bank, online, UPS store. There's nothing special about a notary until you make yourself special. So how you're making yourself special is you're identifying the target audience, which we've already identified, that has a unique set of pain points. And that group of people, this attorney group, their pain point is after hours notarizations. So by you having an application, what you're doing is you're not now a commodity anymore. You're differentiating yourself. You're saying, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Attorney, I want you to use this app just to let me know when you need a signing. All you gotta do is go in the app and send me a chat. You don't have to go to notaryrotary.com. You don't have to go to the NNA. You don't have to go to SnapDocs. You don't have to do any of that. I'm your person. And here's the app for that. So now the technological aspect of things has differentiated you in such a way where, hey, wait a minute, I need a notary. I've got an app. They gave me, I remember that, and here it is. Hey, I need a will notarized tomorrow at 10. Can you make it? What is your fee? We're about to talk about that here in a second, the communication part of it and your fees. But the point is your application is gonna be your opt-in. Wonderful, I'm getting some dings, that's what I wanna hear. Perfect.
Is this the screen, Monica?
I'm getting some feedback. I couldn't understand, Sheila. What did you say?
Is this the screen?
I can't see. I'm looking at my screen right now and it says, what's your mobile number?
Okay, I must have it wrong.
So Miss
Because-
Monica, I'm at the part where it's asking, oh, is that me?
Yeah, I've got this feedback.
So Miss Monica, I'm at the part where it's asking me to type in my company's name, and you said to click on it. It says, what are you interested in? You said scheduling and then go to next steps.
That is correct.
Perfect. And then what's after? Well, oh, drag your logo.
Right. So you open up both of your, if you open up both of your browsers, one that has the instructions and one that has the actual Connect team, it will guide you step by step.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So as I'm getting these notifications, let me go ahead on and.
Well, Monica, can you see my screen now?
No, I can't. I cannot see your screen. Hold on. Let me stop sharing mine. There we go.
Is this the screen?
That's connectteam.com, right? And then you want to start for free.
Oh, I'm like, I am over here having a real brain fart tonight. I'm so sorry. Let me get myself together. Because I kept going to this, like when I did www.connect team, it was giving me some type of error. That's why I was confused about if this was where I needed to be. Because I had to go there like a different kind of way.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, that
So
happened to me too. When I clicked on the link, it gave me a 440 error.
Yeah, that's what it did to me.
Okay, it could be that I typed the link in there wrong. Let me go put the correct URL in there. That's
It's
probably,
a 1 T. It's not 2 T's. It's 1 T.
oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, I apologize for that. Connectteam.com with 1 T.
Okay. Let me
I'll
get
put that
hurry
in
up
the
and get.
chat so that everybody that if anybody comes on, they'll be able to not have that same issue. Okay.
All right, let me stop sharing then and try to get this done right quick. Thank
There we
you.
go. Okay, perfect. All right, Zara, you have your hand up?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, cool. So I'm seeing everyone starting to get everything set up in their app. That's very good. I got Tiffany's notification, got Wayne's notification, I've got James's notification. All right.
I don't know
I
how to
don't
send
have
out the
mine.
notification.
You can invite by either email or by phone. And I'll put my phone number and email again, both in the chat.
Okay.
You guys, this is going to be a really, really, really game-changing situation for you guys. And then we're going to talk about how you're going to utilize this to do some recruiting. Just as an FYI, I've already started to communicate to the moderators that after graduation, after boot camp is over with, that I'll be providing them a list of people who have authority to be able to post and recruit notaries for their efforts, because at the end of the day, when we're going after these attorneys, we're not going to be concerned about, I want them to use me every single time. Yes, we definitely absolutely want them to utilize us. However, your number one goal in life is to solve their pain. Okay. And their pain is, I need somebody. And if that somebody is not you because you're busy, then guess what? You still want to be a part of the solution. You still want to be the one that solved the problem. You can't do it, but you have 3 or 4 other notaries on your app. If you can't be the one to do it, then they can. All you care about is that member of your target audience got their problem solved and you were instrumental in solving it for them. All right. And I see we have, yes, Zara, go ahead.
So I'm at the portion where it's saying how many employees. So I have the 1 to 10, and it's saying what is your business industry?
So
What do
look
we all
at your
classify?
instructions. So I'm going to direct you back to the screenshots because it tells you step by step on what to do next. I have someone that logged in as guest user. Who is that?
Probably me, Roosevelt.
All right. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. So your screenshots are your guide, right? So now, once you guys have gotten your to the point where you follow the screenshots while we're still on this call. I put those screenshots there for you guys to be able to reference, to be able to do this while I'm talking. So once you've gotten that done, then you want to send me an invitation, right? So just to kind of give an overview, once you guys get this done, you're going to have those 21 to 50 people. Some of those people are going to be notaries. Myra, remember how you posted in the group how you were wanting to get notaries to sign up with you and you didn't get a lot of, well, this is going to be that difference maker. Okay? I'm gonna help with that. And I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be one of those situations where I'm gonna give you a template, if you will, to use when you're making the post next time. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna put your link, you're gonna be able to put your link in the group, and you're not gonna want everyone to sign up.
Right.
It's gonna be the next step. You only have 21 to 50 spots, right? And Tiffany, as I mentioned at the beginning, it is free forever. It is free forever. Okay. What happens after the 14-day free trial is you have the opportunity to upgrade to one of the paid prices, paid software services if you want to. However, you also have the opportunity to make it free forever. Okay. So this is a free tool that makes you look really, really good. Makes you look really professional, makes you look, you got your stuff together. Okay. So for those of you guys who just came in, log in at Notary Nerd University, go to Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp, start looking at the screenshots. After you visit connectteam.com, I put the proper link in here. Then start the process, follow those screenshots. Okay. Now let's hop over to ClickFunnels so that we can start to see how we integrate this together.
And I do apologize if I'm behind. I'm not clear where the screenshots are. Where are they? They're in Notary Nerds.
Yes. So once you log into Notary Nerds and then access the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp.
I'm in there.
Okay. And then once you open up Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp, scroll down to create your mobile
Set
app.
up your mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Oh, this was just added because I didn't see this earlier. Okay. Oh, do 20.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Great job, guys.
Monica, it's asking for your last name. Do we put your last name or?
You can. It's Wilder.
Okay.
I'm lost.
Sheila, you lost still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I feel so retarded.
Let's see here. You want to share your screen again?
Oh my gosh. This can't be this difficult. I mean, everybody else been doing it all night long.
I bet you somebody else may have that same question. So if you want to just share your screen and let me see where we are so I can.
So I'm here. So on the time clock, I skipped it. And you were saying something about so I'm here.
Okay. So go ahead and click on activate the job scheduler.
Okay, activate that.
All right. And just go up at the top. It says activate job scheduling again. Click that.
Okay.
Now it's going to want you to activate all these other things too, but you're not going to worry about that. Just click out of that and go down to the next step. Okay. Now you want to go ahead and log into the mobile app. You may have to look at your phone and see where the link came in, and go ahead and take the moment to download the app.
Okay. Good.
And here's the other thing that's really cool about this. Your attorneys, you want to consider them as admins. Now you don't want to just give everyone admin access to your app. Right now, you just want everybody to start out as a user. However, you can graduate someone from a user to an admin, giving them more ability. So as an admin, they can go in and actually set up and dispatch a signing. In other words, if they're an admin, they can go in and create a task or a job that all of your users will be able to grab. You don't want to give up that power just yet. But I want you to think futuristically from the point of view of eventually some of these attorneys, if they start sending me enough business, I will upgrade them from user to admin. Okay, but right now you can just skip the add another admin. You can skip that for now.
So I'm still at the screenshot where I don't know what business category we in per your screenshots. It doesn't have anything highlighted. I see the 21 to 50
it should
employees.
be the other. It says other, the one that's it should be outlined in blue at the bottom. It may be hard to read, but there aren't any industries that are really specific to notaries that are listed there. So just select other.
Okay, other. Okay, access your dashboard now.
And then for Sheila, for you, you can just hit skip on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was filling out, adding a new admin is you, right?
Yeah, no, you're not going to be adding me as an admin. I was just explaining that that's where you would add your attorneys once they have earned the right. So,
Okay.
an admin is someone who's going to be able to create a job or a task.
So we're adding you as a user?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But for now, go ahead and hit skip. I'm sorry. You can activate the chat if you'd like to. You can do that.
And then skip this?
Yeah, you can skip that for now, but remember, you will have to come back and update the, activate the chat and the directory in order to use it. But we're not gonna ever worry about the time clock. No.
So we will always skip it, so, because you said to
You say
deactivate.
remove it, so how do we remove it?
Yeah, once you get past this screen, that next screenshot will show you how to remove the time clock.
It keeps taking me back, so
Okay,
I must need this too.
Yeah, hide the, yeah.
Hide. Okay.
All right. So over on the left, you see that little blue icon? Looks like a clock. Hover over that, and there used to be 3 dots right there beside it that gave you an option to remove it, but I don't see your 3 dots. So let's, I guess, click on it and see.
Also, click on time clock and hit delete.
Yeah, but we don't want to activate it. Yeah, hit delete. There's usually 3 dots. There we go.
There we go.
And then now it says set up your launch pad.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so hit skip.
I'm adding you as a user, so still skipping all of this or just go here?
Well, yeah, hit that skip.
Hit the skip.
Okay, it's still going to keep you running down through. I thought maybe it would make it go away, but apparently not. You can.
Yeah, I got 24 hours to do it.
You can go ahead and add a user.
And this is where I'm adding you.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys, for holding up.
That's okay. How's everybody else doing? Zara, how are you looking?
It says set up your launch pad. So let me look at this screenshot.
Okay, let's go back to the launch pad. Your launch pad is basically the screen that we were just on. So let's take a look at it. So your launch pad is that screen that looks like your dashboard with the
yes, ma'am.
Things over to the left. And all you're doing is you're gonna hit, if it doesn't show you it automatically, just click on let's go, and that will take you to the setting up of the launch pad. This is what it should look like.
Can you look at my screen, Miss Monica, if you don't mind?
Sure. Just hit share whenever you get a chance.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
Hold on just a second. Perfect. Okay, perfect. This is what your launch pad looks like. It says it only takes 5 minutes to improve your business's efficiency. Let's start by setting up your launch pad. Complete these 7 steps to fully synchronize your launch pad and mobile app. Let's go. So click on let's go.
Perfect. And then we're gonna activate.
Skip the time clock. We do not do, we want that scheduler, but we don't want the time clock. So go back to activate the job scheduler. Yes.
Job scheduler, perfect. Okay.
And then up there at the top, it makes you press it again for some reason. Activate job scheduling. Remember, guys, time clock, and you do not want it. What's going to happen if you fool around with that time clock? It's going to make people sign in or clock in for work. Any user that you invite, including your attorneys, could you imagine them getting a notification every morning saying that they need to clock into your app. Don't with the activate time clock, okay? And you can add that new shift later. You just really want to kind of get in here and get your first user added, which is going to be me.
Okay, how do I add you now? What's next? I don't-
Okay, yeah, click out of that.
Yeah, click out of that.
skip this.
Skipping.
Have you logged into the app
Skipping.
yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, so you need to go ahead and take the time and look at your phone and then go ahead and get logged into the app. Thank you, Ebony.
Did you get a ding from me yet?
Let me check and see.
Oh, so now we got download it.
I have. All right, let me see. I've got Suzette, Ebony, Myra, Narisa. Narisa, I've got you twice. I've got James twice. I've got Wayne, and I got another Tiffany. Oh, no, just one Tiffany.
Hey guys, I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
This is Roosevelt.
Hey, Roosevelt.
Hey, so I'm at the part where I actually chose my 21 to 50 employees, and at the bottom where it said, "What is your business industry?" What are we choosing for that?
Other.
Other. I'm trying to follow your screenshots.
I may need to go back in there and do a video. I'm actually going to add this video to the to that section of the module. That's why I just did screenshots, because I knew I was going to be doing the replay. But so you'll be able to walk back through it or watch back through it in order to be able to get it set up. But it's pretty easy. Just don't, whatever you do, activate the time clock. That's the only thing if you can't remember anything else, just don't ever fool with the time clock until you get ready. Now, later on, you might be ready when you have employees and you want to keep up with who's logging in and when. But right now, we don't want attorneys getting any kind of notifications. Now, some of you guys, the ones who have submitted that I join your app, I am going to start to accept those, and you let me know if you're getting those dings on your side.
So Miss Monica, I downloaded the app. I gave them my number, verified myself. Now it brought me into the actual app on the cell phone.
Good. So now you want to invite me as a user?
Okay. Add another admin.
No, you on your phone.
Oh, on my phone. Okay, it says invite admins.
Yeah, but you're not going to invite an admin. I'm just going to be a user. So you should have in your admins and users section, you should have users and admins, and you should be able to, hold on just a second. Let me get to
Yeah, I'm actually in the app and it says, good evening, Zara. It says job scheduling, invite admins, or it says job scheduler.
Okay, so when you go to invite admins, does it also give you an opportunity to invite just a regular user?
Ask me to do an admin.
Oh, here
Okay.
it goes. Users at the top. It says users at the top. Yes, it is.
Okay.
So let's add a user. And how I'm supposed to have your number, Miss Monica? What number we put in? Oh, it's in the chat.
I'll put it in there again.
I
Appreciate you.
actually just got to the part where Zara was. Can you guys please?
Y'all
struggling
Is
enough.
it invite admin, and is that which one you said go to?
You're going to be actually just adding a user. So you're going to, I don't want to be admin of your app. I just want to be a user. So if you're on your phone, there should be a place where it says, just go ahead and click on add admin. But once you've done that, it should then allow you to select add a user, not an admin.
Okay.
Perfect. I just sent a notification. Did you get it, Miss Monica, to add you as a user?
Okay, let's see. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I see the tab where it said user admin.
Ebony. Ebony, you laughing at everybody? Tiffany, your hand is up.
My time clock says was activated by another admin, join them. I don't know if it was from when we did the beta mode, because you were already on my app for my cell phone, but when I'm looking at it through the iPad, it says the time clock was activated by another admin, join them, and it doesn't let me delete it.
Okay, so what you did is you logged into the other you logged into Complete Signings app, the one that we were using for beta. So if you already had the app on your phone and when you clicked on it, it's already there. It should give you an opportunity to switch company. So what you want to do is you want to log out of that app, log out of Complete Signings beta, the one that you were involved in there. And it should have taken you, when you got the link, like once you set up your app, you received a link to update that app, which would be your new one. And that is the one that should be opened up on your phone when you get ready to add users.
Okay, so the phone one is correct, but when I log in on the computer, it says that the time clock was activated by another admin.
You want to log out of that one because again, that's probably the old one. Unless if you're using the same email and password, what it's doing is it's recognizing your sign in from when you were doing the beta with Complete Signings.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slow, I guess. I ain't understanding. I sent you an invite and you're saying you haven't received it. It says you're one of my users. It has me with the crown on, I guess it's admin, and then it says Monica Wilder. When I tap on your name, it says last login, yet to log in, date created. It says today's date and 8:39 the time.
Okay.
And it says user details. It says your name and your number, email, title, team, department.
So when you emailed me, I'm sorry, when you invited me, was it via text or did you use my telephone number or did you use my email address?
I followed your directions. You said to put your number 615-474-2440.
Okay, those instructions were either. You could have used either. So that's why I wanted to make sure. So you did use my phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know why, but I still haven't gotten it. I got everybody else's, but I haven't gotten yours.
So can I do it from the computer or are you, because you can't see, did
you just get mine?
Say what again, Roosevelt?
I'm sorry, did you get mine? I apologize.
That's all right.
I don't know how to get you to see that.
No, I haven't gotten anybody's since whatchamacall, Ebony's. So let me go into my email.
So you didn't get my, just Antoinette, I did mine through the computer. I sent an invite to you like almost 5 minutes ago. So you did get my invite?
No, I haven't, Antoinette. And I've gotten Ebony's, Suzette's, Myra's, Neresa's, James, Wayne's, and that's it. So what I'm gonna do is
you didn't get mine. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I sent it through the phone. I mean, I had the app download on my phone and everything. So, and I have you as my user too as well. But you said you didn't get my invite, so.
And another way you can tell is once you're in your launch pad, if you see that, you can see user activity. So you can see like what Zara was just reading. She was reading, hey, she saw where she had invited me, but she saw I hadn't logged in. So that lets you know whether or not somebody has received well, not necessarily if they received your link, but whether or not they have accessed the app with your link yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and log into my email.
That's the same thing I see with Zara.
Okay, maybe you didn't just log in.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm on the screen now, can I do it on this computer or do I have to do it on my phone? Because my screen is sharing right now, correct?
I'm not able to see it because I'm logging into the email to go ahead and make sure I'm catching everybody.
Receiving them. Okay,
Right.
perfect.
Monica,
Yes.
I would just have to think that anybody that sent you a text message, it just might be bottlenecked at your service provider.
I think so too.
Probably just blew up your phone and their network doesn't know what to do with you. They might think it's spam.
It may be.
And I like your logo, Notary Hero. That's really nice.
Fiverr,
Oh, it's really nice.
All right.
I think it cost me $20
And
and he sent me 4 or 5 options.
see it online.
Oh, they did more than one option on Fiverr? I guess
Yeah,
you,
I paid whatever the next one up and I got a couple different design types.
all right. So just so you guys can see what I am doing right now while you guys are kind of working through things. I'm working through this, trying to make sure that I get everyone's notifications okay. So for those of you all who email the notification, what it's asking me to do, and James has brought up a good point, it may think that this is spammy and it may be kind of holding my messages because I haven't gotten anything at all. I'm not even getting the whatchamacallit, see here, I'm getting the verification codes now. Hold on just a second. Let's see if that does it. Okay.
So it does show that I have
Ah, there we are. Look at this. So it looks like they're logging everyone that's inviting me right now. So I've got the Pinwheel Agency.
Mhm.
All right. There we go. Now they're coming through.
So it wasn't us, it was really you. No, I'm just playing.
Probably.
I'm just teasing.
Okay, so I love it. The Pinwheel Agency has already got their logo logged, uploaded to their app. It looks really, really good. Good job. All right. So let's go back to the next one. I'm gonna log out, and it's gonna be important for you guys to just log out of every session, especially for those of you who are already on the complete signings beta. Just be aware that, you know, if you're using the same email, you might have to change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna look at Notary Nance. Tiffany, I think that's you.
Yep, that's me. I didn't do the logo yet.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to update my logo either, so I'll go back.
That's okay.
Update that.
All right, Notary Nance. Now, when you look at your user activity, you should see that I have logged into your app. So if you guys could check that as I get situated here. I want to make sure we get this tonight. So if we have to do the ClickFunnels piece to tomorrow, actually tomorrow we're going to have a change in schedule. I'm not going to be able to teach tomorrow evening because I had an obligation come up with my son's school that I didn't know about. So I've got to be there at 6:30 until about 7:45. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to teach. It's going to be cutting it too close. So instead of Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, what we're going to have is Monday, Thursday, and Friday night of this week, as far as training is concerned for the boot camp. Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So that will give you guys that are needing the extra time to get those attorney contacts into your database, especially those of you who affirm that you're not going to do the YouTube ads. It's going to be really important for you to drill down and make sure you get those 66 to 67 attorney contacts in your database each night of boot camp. That means by tonight at 11:59 p.m., you need at least either 33 or 34 or 66 or 67 names on your spreadsheet. All right, it's bottlenecking again, and I'm not getting any more codes. So we try.
Monica, to your point for Friday, I won't be available. I'm going out of town for a vacation.
All right, well, you'll get the replay link on
Do
Monday.
the replay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. All right, yeah, it's bottlenecking, guys. So I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to get everybody's verified tonight. It'd probably be a better idea for me to just kind of leave it probably and let it breathe a second before pressing the issue. But the bottom line is I want you all to go ahead and get your app set up. Remember to stay away from the time scheduler, from the time clock rather. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. So I want you guys to see how this is gonna integrate. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in to the ClickFunnels. Now, once you get everything set up, you're gonna get a link sent to you via text, and I'm not sharing my screen quite just yet. I will here in a second. You'll get a link that says, use this link to share your app, okay? If you haven't received that link yet, that's a challenge. We need to fix that. So I need you to check your phones because in the process of you setting up this app, you got a link that says, this is the link that you need to use when sharing and inviting people to join your app. If you don't have that link, I want to help you troubleshoot that while we're on the phone, on the call.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, I have mine. Do you see my screen on your screen now or no?
I can, yes. All right, yeah, and see, it's still waiting on me. And what's happening on my end is that as I try to go in and log into you all's various apps, it's preventing me from doing so for some reason. It's not sending me the code right away when I request it. So I'm believing that may be, to James's point, some type of a spam deterrent detector type situation. There's too much going on with this one telephone number and all of these app requests right now. So I'm gonna give it a chill mode and we're gonna hop over to ClickFunnels. Is there any questions though that I can ask about the setup part of the app right now before we go to ClickFunnels? Are we good? Okay, let me check the chat.
Well, my question is just before we move on. So what you want us to do is completely set this up, add our logos, add you as a user. You're going to log in once it gets through the process before tonight's out or tomorrow. And then after we do that, we're going to focus on ClickFunnels, correct?
Right. Okay, anybody else? All right, so let's hop over to ClickFunnels. And I'm gonna share my screen. Now, I don't know if you've done your free trial yet, but that's one of the things that you'll need as far as your tools that you're gonna be able to, in order to get your marketing funnel, your attorney marketing funnel off the ground, is you're going to have to sign up for a ClickFunnels membership. Now, if you'll recall, for those of you guys who came to the question and answer session on Saturday, the membership is $97 per month. It starts in 2 weeks. If you're not ready yet to be facing a $97 payment in 2 weeks, then just hold off, sit back and watch, right? Know what you're gonna be doing once you get into a position to start your trial. Because once you start your trial, it's go time. Then it's gonna be a 14-day clock until you have to pay. Your revenue is not gonna come in that fast. Unless you have some other funnel that you can build to bring in revenue right away, I would not recommend that you start your ClickFunnels membership right away, okay? Now, I have an affiliate link in the Notary Nerd University that will give me credit for you guys signing up. I would love it if you use that. If you don't, that's fine as well. But the bottom line is, if you're not gonna be ready for that $97 payment in 2 weeks, don't start your trial yet. You're gonna have to rely on the replays to set up your funnel when it comes time. All right. So what we're gonna do is, this is our opt-in funnel. Remember the database? We're tying everything together. What we're gonna be doing is just collecting emails. It's a simple funnel. This is an easy funnel to make. I'm gonna choose a collect emails funnel. I'm gonna call it my attorney marketing funnel. And this one I'm gonna do.
Monica, we're
Yes.
still seeing the Connect team. We're not seeing what you're doing.
Oh no, okay.
I see it.
Yeah,
I
I
see-
have it sharing my
I see
screen.
ClickFunnels.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, well, let me make sure Myra gets on the screen where she can see us. So Myra, when you are, I'm gonna stop the share and I'm gonna start it again. How about that?
Okay.
And I think it may be Zara's screen that's still being shared. So Zara, if you would mind
I
stopping
can't
your
see it
share.
either.
It's like some people were able to see my screen and some people weren't. So now does everyone see where it says attorney marketing funnel?
No,
No,
No.
I cannot.
I can see it.
Yes.
I can
It
see
still
it.
says
Now I
Tyra on
see
there.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I see it.
Yeah, now I see it too.
Okay, all right, cool. So now we're at ClickFunnels. So we've left Connect Team alone for just a moment. We've got the basics done over there, right? We're hopping over to ClickFunnels to start to integrate all this so that it makes some sense, okay? The application, again, is your opt-in. That's what you're gonna give for free in exchange for an email, right? So on your ClickFunnels, if you're gonna go ahead and start your trial, you're gonna create a funnel, and that first funnel you're gonna create is just gonna be to collect emails. So now once you hit collect emails, I'm gonna go back just so you guys can see where we came from. Let me go back a screen. Okay, I'm here. This is where you should get to this screen once you set up your ClickFunnels. This is kind of like your dashboard. Once you're here, you want to click on build a funnel. All right, and it'll give you this pop-up. The pop-up box is going to give you an option to collect emails, to sell your product, or to host a webinar. You want to choose collect emails. You can name your funnel anything you want. What I want to call this particular funnel is attorney marketing opt-in. All right. I'm going to also put email list so that I know this funnel is, if anybody responds to this funnel, I know where they came from. The tags are very good for that. A tag, if you could imagine, a tag is just like a tag. It lets you know where that lead came from, right? Because once we get to the YouTube aspect of this, you're gonna want those groups of respondents separate from those who responded to your email, so that you can see what is working better, what is not working. But if you don't implement the tags, then you won't know. So when you set a tag up, that is going to be associated with anyone and everyone who clicks on this funnel. Okay, and so that will be very helpful when you do some retargeting and some things like that later on. So here you go, you're going to build funnel. And you can watch all these videos, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. It's really, really easy. It's a two-step funnel. You cannot go wrong with a two-step funnel. Super easy. Now, this is where it gets difficult, because you see all of these options and you're like, oh my gosh, which one do I choose? You're going to be doing a simple opt-in email. So what you want to do is just a simple, let's just use this preview right here. All right, this is kind of cool. It's got a little movement in the background. We'll go ahead and use this because we'll use this as a example of people traveling all the time, right? So we're gonna select this template. I'm sorry, here it is. It's the video big squeeze. We're gonna select this template. and edit the page. All right, and so for those of you guys who have a ClickFunnels, account, raise your hand. Very good. All right, Myra, what I'm gonna do is I am going to send you this link real quick. If you haven't raised your hand, if you don't have the funnel yet, please let me know. I'm sorry, if you don't have the ClickFunnels, let me know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this screen to work in my favor, but it's not being nice right now. Because what I'm doing with these funnels, guys, remember, I'm showing you how to do this. However, I'm just gonna give you a copy of it, right? But you have to have an active account before I share it with you. If you don't have an active account, I'm not sharing it with you, right? So you're gonna just rely on this replay to build yours. Now, when you need a mobile notary, I'm gonna touch away, and then on the button, download my free app. All right. Then I'm gonna go over here to the settings and set the action and go to the next step in the funnel.
And then also when I'm doing mines, can I do everything as our or we? Because I don't want to seem like a one-man entity. Does that make sense?
Very, very, very good. I'm so glad you said that. Let me actually pop out of here real quick because it's doing something funky over here. I need to reset it. Let me go over here. That's a very good point. If you want to be bigger than what if you want to appear to be a lot larger than what you are, then you want to use the proper pronouns so that it doesn't seem like it is just you. So that's a very, very, very good point. I think I'm just gonna copy this one that I just already used. No, let me go back to that one. There we go. Yeah, this is an easier one. So what I'm gonna do is copy this one. Let me show it to you first so that you can kind of see. Now I'm gonna change the wording on this one, but this one I did the other day for my real estate brokerage. And this one is better suited for what we are trying to do. So what it is a two-step opt-in where they come here, they give you their name and their email, and they click on the button to download, quote unquote, the template letter or whatever. But I'm gonna change the wording on this one so that it's download the app. Now, Myra, could you put in the chat the link that you received when you set your app up, the invitation link?
We're talking about the Connect team one.
Yeah, the Connect team one.
Okay, I will put that in the chat. Gotta find it.
All right, I just want to duplicate this.
Oh, that's cool. It says join in my company name by filling in your information.
All right, I'm just making it easier on everybody. I'm just copying the simple two-step opt-in funnel, and we'll go ahead and put that one in the chat so that you guys can play around with it. All right. So I'm gonna share. How do I share it? That part I don't know how to do. Is share my funnel. Copy, there we go. So Myra, once you give your, I'm gonna use your link so we can see how this thing would work in real time. And for everyone else, go ahead and copy that URL that's in the chat. And if you don't have a ClickFunnels account, it's not gonna help you at all. I said I wasn't gonna share it until you did, but that's gonna be a headache. with me trying to figure out when you get yours and whatever. So just go ahead and just keep up with it, so that you'll have it when you do get your ClickFunnels account started. But for right now, that URL is really probably not going to do much of anything other than take you here. Okay. So what I want to do is download our app. Just like Zara said, it's a very, very important thing to sound bigger, to appear bigger than smaller. All right. And you want to stay on brand. And for those of you guys who don't know what that means, you need to take the Branding Your Business class over at Notary Nerds, where Brittany Bowman talks to us about being on and off brand. And my brand is got a lot of black and white, red and white. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Download our app. Never worry about another notary. Never. There we go. All right. And I'm going to download. I think what I want to do is not only change the color here, but I want to change the text color here. And I want to change the name here to After Hours Mobile Notary app, right? So this is it. And then I want to hit save. And Myra just gave me her link. So I'm going to copy that link and I'm going to attach that link to this action. So over here, I'm going to come over here and set the action. I'm going to tell it to go to a website URL. And I am going to paste that URL and tell it to open it up in a new tab. And I'm going to save. And then we're going to try it. We're going to try it and see what happens. It's just that simple. This link, now, don't forget, you have to get a domain, because here's what the deal is. If I wanted somebody to get to this app, I would have to tell them, go to https://notarynerds-app.clickfunnels. Nobody wants that, right? So the purpose of getting a domain, and this is something we talked about in the FAQs Saturday. So for those of you all who weren't able to make it, your sales funnel must be accompanied by a domain, meaning a www.something.com. My recommendation for that call was for you to get something that spoke to that target audience's pain point. So for an example, afterhoursnotary.com, Tennessee afterhoursnotary.com. Let's see here. What else did we do? We did North Dakota we did all of these different variations, but the domain name itself spoke to the pain. It said, when someone read it, they realized upon reading that this person is going to help me with after hours mobile notary. And that's a $12 investment, or so for 1 year of that domain being hosted, at least at GoDaddy. You could probably get, similar or less pricing using other domain providers. I just happen to use GoDaddy. And I'm checking the chat and it says, Wayne, I did not receive the Connect Team invitation notification. Now, because I got yours, Wayne. I got a notification from you. So
where do I look for it? I'm on my phone.
Now, I'm not sure that you're supposed to be looking for it, because you already got a notification from you saying that you've added me as a user.
Right. Am I good then?
Yeah, that's all
you're talking about, the one you shared to people, correct?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you never got that link. I'm not sure. When you set it up, it was supposed to send you a link in your text that says, use this link in order to share your phone.
No, I don't have that.
Okay. I'm not
either.
What number did you put in though? You have to go back to the number that you put in. Is it your business number or your personal number?
Oh, okay, that makes a difference.
Oh, well, it's the number of the phone that I use.
Oh, so it should have popped. It should have went to your actual cell phone then.
Okay.
And you say it didn't.
I used my business number and it came.
I've got it.
Perfect. You got it, Mr. Wayne?
No?
Yeah, it says share this link so people can add.
Super. So you got it. Awesome.
Never mind. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right, now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to set the action so that we can see this thing in real time on Myra's link. However, it is not allowing me to, it's acting mean right now. So I'm gonna try and, all right, let's see if that did it. Okay, so when it says warning down here, button action not set, that means that button is not working right. And so what I found that I have to do sometimes is to come out of it and come back into it just to get it to refresh. I don't know why, but I did that a couple times earlier today. So I'm gonna log out, not all the way, but I'm just gonna come out of that page and come back in and open the editor again. So it's telling me that the warning button is telling me that the action is not set. I want it to go to a URL. I want it to go to this URL, which is Myra's link. I want it to open up in a new tab and click that check mark just to see if that gave it some extra. And it did not. Go back over here. All right, we don't want it to submit. Yeah, we do. So instead of telling it to download right here, let's say access. So those, y'all hear those, you now hear them coming through? Finally, my phone is going crazy right now with some of these notifications. All right, so that page has been fixed, but I need to go to the next section and get the link to the app put in there. So let me go to the next page. I was putting the link to Myra's app on the wrong button. It doesn't need to go there. It needs to go on the second page. After they've given us their emails when they need to be able to access the actual app. All right, so here. I want to say personalized, but I have to be careful about when I say your own personal mobile notary and things like that. I'm tempted to do that in the marketing. However, I pause because I remember when I read Professor Closon's book, Notary Best Practices, that the notary public, no matter how you are out here marketing to all these different people to work with them, you have to really remain a third party, neutral third party, objective third party. So you got to be careful in your marketing. And I'm tempted to do that with this funnel, is to let them know I'm their personal mobile notary. I'm their, dot. But you really have to be really careful of that. So as I was about to type a personal mobile notary, I stopped because I remember what Professor Closon said in his book, that you don't really want to get caught, looking as if you're trying to further someone else's enterprise with your public commission. Got some hands raised up. Let's see who that is. James, and then Wayne.
You had said put your hand up if you had a subscription to ClickFunnels.
Oh, okay, good. That was from then. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, James. I'm gonna go back up and copy that link just so that I can make sure you got it. It's in the chat now. That's the copy of this funnel that I'm currently working on. So in your subscription, once you log into ClickFunnels, take that link and just upload it to your ClickFunnel, and you'll be able to begin to kind of edit it how you want to edit it. If you want to change some of the wording, you can wording, you can do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. And Wayne, you were next?
No, I had it up because I was active, so I'm down.
Okay. So now this is where I set the action to go to a website URL, and instead of that website URL, dad blast it, I can't stand when I pull that thing over like that. I don't want that. Go away.
And I have a question while you're figuring that out.
Mhm.
So I don't want to advertise as mobile because I want to do both mobile and Ron. So I know this is an example.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Reliable is good, Myra. I'm glad you brought that up, Zara. So for those of you all who are Ron, your messaging, your 100% messaging is about Ron. You don't even care about after hours mobile notary. That's not your messaging to the attorneys. Your messaging to the attorneys is all about remote online notarization, period. Because that's what they really, really need. The challenge is, as we've seen with, with my contract with the attorneys I've gotten, they're not quick to, on the mobile notary point of view, they're not necessarily going to be quick on the draw on that. The demand is in the Ron. And that's just the reality of it. So if you are like Zara and you're a remote online notary, your verbiage on your funnel is not going to be about mobile notary. It's going to be about remote online notarizations. Okay. Download my app to get access to remote online notarizations versus download my app to schedule a mobile after hours notarization. Thank you very much, Zara, for bringing that up. All right, so now I'm going to set the action to go to a website, and this time I'm not going to go too far to the right or left so it doesn't do that funky thing again. Perfect. Now I'm going to hit that's not Myra's link. Let me go get Myra's link again. All righty. App Connect team, there we go, copy. How are we doing? Is everybody tracking with me so far, or are we lost?
Yes, ma'am, I'm tracking with you.
Okay. All right, set action. Open up tab, a new window, back, save.
It looks pretty user-friendly though.
It is, once you figure out these buttons. The buttons are the hardest part to figure out. There we go. Once you enter the URL into the box, it's about hitting enter so that it actually takes. What I was doing is I was just clicking on this little checkbox so it'll take, but it wasn't doing it. And then you always have to hit save. All right, so we're about to see this thing in real live time. Instead of saying click here to download now, I'll say click here to get app link. All right, and I'll hit save. And I'll change this to Myra. What is the name of your company? ND After Hours Notary.
ND After Hours Notary.com.
But your main company is Kozak Mobile Notary.
Kozak Mobile Notary.
So I'll put that in the copyright down at the bottom. And for those of you guys who are going to be editing this, you guys can change this information to reflect your business, right? I need to change this free. So in Zara's case, remote online notary app. And y'all can fix this to fit, this is going to be playing around with it, right? So you don't have to use my word. You can just use whatever your words are. I'm just going to put this together real quick just so we can have something to look at. All right, so now I want to hit preview after I go out of here and go back to the first step in my funnel, which is the opt-in. And you can do really fun things like create split tests. Right now, we're not there. All we need is one that works, right? So the split test works really well when you're trying to test to see if something works better than the other. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead on and put my name and my email here. And I'm going to say, hey, I want this free mobile app that they're talking about. I just got this email. Just came from court. In the subject line, I see this, need a evening mobile notary, or I see need a remote online notary. So that prompted me to open the email, and I get this little 2-sentence thing, and it says, my mobile app is available for you if you download it at the link below. The reason that you want them to do it this way is because when they give you their email on the opt-in, now you can put them into your automation on ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels has an automation situation where you can set up a series of emails, and we'll do that on Thursday, that go out automatically to your contacts in that list. So you are really about to be so beast mode on this, y'all. Like, y'all are about to be completely, I know this might be a little bit frustrating because I'm not the best at this when it comes to conveying this technology. I've had to kind of figure it out. But once you get this figured out, and it's not hard, and it's going to be easier because you're just basically sharing. You don't have to start from the beginning. You've got my link. You can just use my link and edit it, right? So you guys, though, once you have this in just your database, we haven't even gotten to YouTube yet, people. This is just you and your database sending emails, right? Now, I'll say this, and I got caught with my pants down. We're dealing with attorneys. They know the law. You cannot spam these people. I repeat, you cannot, on your 66 or your 200 person contact database, send a mass email blind copying all 200 of those contacts. Ask me what I know, okay? Don't do that, okay? So what you're gonna have to do is hire somebody to do them 4 or 5 at a time or whatever, but you're only gonna have to do that one time, because once they come over here to your app, and as you can see here, I was routed to page 2 after I provided my name and my email. Now I'm gonna click here to get the app link, and let's see where it takes me. Join the Kozak mobile notary app by filling the information in below.
Hey.
You better work. Okay. So that's, I'm not going to do that. Why? Because she's already invited me as a user. I don't need to do it again. This is what her attorney is going to see. Whether he does it from his telephone or if he does it like I just did it from my desktop. I immediately see Kozak. It's kind of small, but I do see the logo. Eventually, hopefully, Myra will get her picture here, right? And I haven't asked them to do a lot. They gave me their email first, which they had to in order to get access to my app. And I gave them this pop-up, which is going to ask their name first and last, their phone number, and their email again. So they could get Tiffy. Why do I have to enter that information twice? They could get Tiffy, okay? But they're not going to get Tiffy. Why? Somebody tell me why they're not going to get Tiffy. And I say Tiffy instead of Pissy, because that's what I normally would have said. I'm trying to do better, y'all. But why are they not going to get Pissy with you for those? Shazara, I think you gave me the answer. I just couldn't hear you. It's still on mute. Nerissa, you want to chime in?
Because they want access to that free mobile app that you're offering.
That part.
That's what I'm saying too.
I figured that's what you were saying. But the point being, when you're solving somebody's pain, they're gonna give you what you ask them to give you. Okay? James, you have your hand up? Or is that from earlier?
I think that's still for earlier. Sorry about that.
Okay, let me let it down. Okay, guys, it's 9:30. That was a lot, okay? That was day one of boot camp. You guys have until 2 hours from now, 2.5 hours from now, to make sure your database is loaded. Now, what database am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the attorney database that's in your library. So let me go back over here, and just to make sure everybody's on the right page, I want to go back to the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp in your library. Let me see if you can see my screen. Just a moment. Okay, so just so that we're all on the right page, when you log into Notary Nerds University, you're going to go to your library, obviously, and you're going to look for the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp. Now, I have a whole bunch of stuff in my library that you may not see in your library. That's okay. You just want to make sure you find the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp. This is where you're going to come in and check for your database. This is what we're about to do now. I just wanted to make sure I started from the beginning so that you guys knew where it was found. So this is the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp. The link for today's bootcamp was here. However, the link for the subsequent bootcamp on Thursday will be emailed to everyone who has completed tonight's tasks. I repeat, the Zoom link for future bootcamp sessions is only going to be emailed to people who have done the work. And the work is making sure your database is being populated accordingly. What database? Well, this is the database. When you look here, you'll see attorney database. Click here. Come down, and it says here, click here to complete the YouTube affirmation. If you have not done that, then you want to do that. Several of you guys have already done this. I checked this earlier today. This is where you're letting me know how many entries you're responsible for. So I'm either checking for 33 to 34 entries a night, or I'm checking for 66 to 67 entries tonight, a night. If you do not have access to the $600 to do your YouTube, that's fine. Just let me know that you don't, and that's your business. It's nobody else's business, but you're gonna need to do more in the way of data entry. You need 200 attorneys versus 100. So you're doing the 66 to 67 attorneys per night versus the 33 to 34. Does everyone understand that? Yes, Zara.
If I wanted to do both, could I? And then also, what type of attorneys are we targeting? Are we targeting all, or?
Very good question. So for those of you guys who are like, you know, if you haven't taken the marketing to attorneys class over at NNU, then you don't really know about the American Bar Association and how you can use them to find solo attorneys. I would highly recommend you guys rewatching that class if you haven't done so. If you don't have the ability to join the ABA, again, that's $150, right? Then what you can do is go to Google and search for attorneys near me, and just do it that way. Find the attorneys, put them in your spreadsheet. Okay. Yes, Myra.
Okay, two things. I went to the North Dakota State Bar Association, and they have a list, and that's free. So they may want to check their own state's bar association.
Very good.
Okay, they don't let you break it down to see who's in a, you know, 2-man office or 1-man office. You got to do your research and do that.
Okay.
The second thing is, my list is complete except for proofreading, and I'm doing the proofreading on it now.
Okay.
If people need help getting attorneys in their area, I'm happy to use my ABA membership and go through it and help them pull together a listing.
Wow.
But
Myra, that's awesome.
Thank you so much, Miss Myra.
And I owe you guys a list of each other's contacts. Myra has put her information here and made that offer there. So I would highly recommend that you guys take her up on that. But before I move on to Wayne's question, I want to show everyone where they go to do their work tonight, so there's no confusion. Click here to access the attorney data entry form is where you go. And Wayne, I got your message earlier about Annabelle's using her sheet by accident, but we can fix that. That's not a big deal. Let's go in here and see.
I have already moved it. So
Okay,
moved it over to my page.
okay.
And
Now-
then what type of attorneys are we pinpointing? I didn't hear the
Okay,
answer for that
so
one.
solo attorneys. Solo attorneys, if you have the ability to, you want solo attorneys. Okay, if you don't have the ability to, then you're just gonna have to do your best and do notary near me. Good job, Suzette. Good job, Wayne.
Monica, it's not allowing me to have access to this worksheet. This is Sheila.
Oh, okay. Somebody, let me see here. First and foremost, let me go get Annabelle's sheet fixed back because her format, her template is gone. Go back and put that there. Wayne, was that your question? Was that why you had your hand up, was to tell me about that?
I wanted to ask Myra about going to the state database. Did it have emails?
Yes, it did.
Thank
You
you.
have to click on them individually to bring up their profile, and it had email addresses.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so back to Sheila. Okay, so Sheila, when you, are you in your Notary Nerds attorney database module?
Yes, let me log out and go back in.
Okay. All right, Wayne, did we get your question answered? Okay. Okay.
Yep, I'm in and I'm going down to the data entry form.
Right.
And it says the post is locked to
locked.
gain access to post. Please complete. Oh, tools you need.
Yeah, mine says the same thing, Miss Monica.
So that means you guys need to complete the quiz under tools you need in order to open up that post.
Welcome. Oh, I thought I did.
You might have to just hit complete. You may have already done it, but if you don't hit complete, I think it may not take it. And if you want to, feel free to share your screen.
Okay.
Antoinette.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I was gonna add. Oh, yes, I have the ALT. Let me tell you in a second. I had already did a database like over 1,000. I had ended up with 1,030 something names of title companies, but they are title attorneys. Is that acceptable?
Now, this is an attorney marketing funnel. So the messaging to them is going to be about their need for after hours mobile notary and or Ron. So,
yeah.
if those contacts that you've got in your database, if you feel like that would translate well with them, then that's fine. That's totally fine. But this is an attorney marketing funnel, not a title company marketing funnel.
Right. So I have like, so I have like a list. In my list, I have maybe 500 attorneys, just attorneys, their names, their first name and last name.
Okay.
And so is that acceptable?
Right, that's fine, because that's, what we're doing. We're
Yeah, because I have the first name. Yes, yeah. Okay, that's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so any more questions about the database or anybody else? Sheila, let me come back over to you. Are you able to access the quiz for the tools you need?
I didn't see the quiz, but I was able to get to the spreadsheet.
Okay, good. Okay,
So I'm gonna find the quiz and do that, make sure I get that done too.
Well, I mean, if you got to the spreadsheet, that's all you needed to do. I mean, if the quiz, if you were getting an error that wouldn't let you get to the spreadsheet, and that's why I wanted to make sure you had done the quiz, but it sounds like you already have, because that's how you unlock the spreadsheet. So
Okay.
yeah, there's no need to, so for everybody that's, let me go here so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, and the tools that you'll need, there was just a rundown of the things that you were gonna need for this boot camp. Now, at the end of the boot camp, at the end of this, there should have been a little bitty quiz just to test your knowledge. Once you get, let me see here. Once you get done with that, you click mark as complete, and then it'll let you go to the data entry form. It's not taking me to the quiz because it's already been done. But that's how, if you run into any problems, that would be the problem. It's that module right before the data entry form called tools you'll need. Tiffany, yes, you have your hand up.
Yes, I was in the database form, and instead of me scrolling with my finger, I was pressing the plus sign. So it added additional sheets if you can remove them.
Okay, I see.
Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. Easy fix. Looks like everybody's in there busy. Okay, you guys. Let me check in with everyone. I'm getting some. Roosevelt, I did get your invitation. Thank you. Zara, I did get your invitation. Thank you. Sheila, I got your invitation. And of course, Ebony, Suzette, Myra, and Narisa, we already talked about that. James, Wayne. Okay, so I got everybody, it sounds like, that's on the calls tonight, invitation. So great job. Now, here's the thing. That app is your plaything. Start to play around with it. Start to get familiar with it. We kind of already did that with our beta experience with complete signings. But now remember, this is your app, guys. So, and it's free. And it's free even after the trial. So you are about to, I'm telling, let me do this real quick. Okay? Because you guys, once we get everything tweaked, once we get the wording on the ClickFunnels, how it best fits you, okay, you're gonna start sending these emails out to these attorneys, and they're gonna start downloading your app, friends, and you're gonna start getting signing requests on your app. It's not gonna be anybody else but you getting that app notification, okay? And they're gonna think you are somebody because you got an app. Okay, they don't know that this app is free until you tell them, and you don't tell them, okay? Right? And this is not something you go and you teach everybody how to do just yet. You need to figure this out first for yourself, right? And another part of what you want to start doing, but you can't do it yet. Don't do it in the group yet. Do not get in there and start telling people to come onto your app yet. It's not time, right? We're going to do this in an orderly fashion once everything is set up. And then I'm going to show you how to screen people, because you don't want everybody on your app. You don't want people who are not using proper grammar in the Facebook group clouding up your app, okay? Because they might respond to that attorney, hey, what's up? I got you. You don't want that person on your app, okay? So you're going to be very covetous of who you give that link to, okay? All right, now I'm going back over to Sheila. Sheila, where are you at with your spreadsheet? You can get in now, right? Did you see your tab?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was working on it yesterday, so I'm just gonna have to like copy and paste stuff over. So I just got a question.
Okay.
So we did the Connect team. So Connect team is what? Is that what you call it, our app? Like, what is Connect team?
Yes, correct. Connect Team is your app. That is your business's app, and it's also serving as the opt-in for your funnel. That free thing that you offer, in order to get somebody to give them your email. You already have their emails. Let's stop.
So I'm offering them access to my app.
That is correct. So let's look at it again. Let's go back over to the one that we've got.
I'm not.
Miss Sheila not following yet. It's coming. It's gonna come.
It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
It's gonna wake me up when I'm in there asleep tonight. I'm gonna jump up in the bed like, oh.
It's gonna hit in a second. It's gonna hit in a second. Hold on just a second. We're gonna go back through it just to make sure it does, right? So I put a copy of this funnel. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat again, because again, remember you guys, we want to save this so that,
Yeah, I got that saved.
okay, I'm going to put it in here just to be on the safe side, right? This funnel, once you upload it into your ClickFunnels, is already done. All you have to do is change the wording.
Okay.
This is just your opt-in funnel. This is not your big daddy funnel. That's going to be for YouTube. We're starting with the small funnel first because that's the one that's going to be getting emailed. So I should back up and say that. You're going to have 2 funnels out of this, okay? You're going to get an opt-in email funnel and you're going to get a video sales letter. That's where you're going to be taking the video, doing the 3-minute. We're going to do all that on Thursday, right? This is a 3-day cram time. That's why I'm okay? And we're not supposed to be on here 2 hours every night either, right? But tonight was our first night, right? So your Connect team, Sheila, is your company's app. You got an app. There's not a lot of notaries that have apps. You guys have apps now.
Right.
Okay. So it's no more, can you call me, or you can call me to do the request a signing. It's no more, let me email you to get a signing. Now you seem so professional and together that you can tell these attorneys, look, I got an app. Here's my link. And you send them the share link, but you don't want to do it that way.
Got it.
You got it? Okay.
Got it.
All right.
That's so sweet.
So when we send the attorney share link, though, I'm gonna get the domain name that's gonna say Texas,
Alabama
After Hours Notary.
Notary.
My shared link is gonna be my domain name that says After Hours Texas Notary, correct?
Correct. Because you don't want to you need to still get permission for that email to be utilized in your future emails. And in order to do that, he's got or she's got to opt in. So let me go show that screen again of where they're going to opt in at. So that funnel I just shared with you is this funnel right here. Now, if you want to change the background color, if you want to change, you can do anything you want, right? You can come over here, you can change the background color, but you have to be in the edit. You have to edit it in order to do those things. But right now, I just want to show you, this is what it's going to look like. After Hours Mobile Notary app. You can change that to COSAC Mobile Notary app. You can change that to, Zara, what's your business's name again?
Premier Inc.
Premier Inc. Mobile Notary app. Premier Inc. Remote Online Notary. I'm sorry. With you, everything is remote online notary, right? And this verbiage here, never worry about finding a notary again. You might want to change that to remote online notarizations, or, you know, if your clients are out of the country or out of the state, we can help, right? Something that just reinforces the fact that you are a remote online notary. So then they're going to give you their name and their email to get access to this free app. And you might want to call this VIP access. You don't give this to everybody. I would definitely change my button. I'm going to change it right now to VIP attorney, VIP access. Okay.
Okay, look good.
Yeah.
That makes them seem, what you have done is, remember, you have removed yourself from the commodity space. VIP mobile app access. You, with this, have removed yourself from every Tom, Dick, and Notary on Google.
Wow.
Just with this technology implementation. So now, okay, I'm gonna save that and go back over here. I'm gonna refresh and get that new verbiage here. Now it says attorney VIP mobile access. The domain, just as Zara mentioned, is going to be your domain. It's not going to be all this app.funnel.preview.forward, all that. No, it's going to be, you know, Premier Mo. It's going to be After Hours Mobile Notary or Remote Online Notary or whatever you went and got. Let me check in with you guys. Drop in the chat your domain. Drop in the chat your domains, because we'll connect those to your ClickFunnels.
Well, I can't drop it. I'm buying it now. I'm gonna buy it when I get off the phone.
Okay. We get Alabama After Hours Notary.com, North Dakota After Hours Notary.com. Good job. I saw that one earlier. Good. The After Hours and Mobile Notary.com. That was Wayne's. Good. That was kind of long, but it doesn't really matter because it's just going to be pointing them to the ClickFunnel. All right, so we're here at this ClickFunnel. You guys are going to be able to, like I say, customize this to your liking. I click on submit. It takes me here. Free online mobile notary app. Are your clients out of the state of the country? Click here to get the app link. Bam, it takes me to what? Hello, Cossack Mobile Notary.
My app. I am an app.
So do you guys see how this is gonna kind of all start to kind of work together?
I am an app.
Right?
Hey, Monica, I was actually, I was cool with the Alabama After Hours domain, but I'm actually thinking about getting another one that takes out the Alabama, because when I start my Run notary business and connecting with notaries in Run states, then I don't want to just be Alabama After Hours. I want to have another one that's kind of like pulling some of those Run attorneys in also, hopefully.
That's a
So
good
I need to
idea.
think about my domain too. Yeah. So the After Hours Texas Notary, I should probably do something like online or
Yeah,
remote.
you want to really utilize when you can, Zara, since you're a remote online notary, I would just do txremoteonlinenotary.com or Texas remoteonlinenotary.com. Y'all getting so much game right now. I can't even tell you how much game you're getting right now.
I got goosebumps. What you mean?
Because when you get these domains, nobody else can get them. This is what you guys are doing. You're securing the bag, because in order for them to get these domains, and first of all, they have to know there's an audience that needs this specific help that this particular audience needs. That's the first thing they got to figure out. Most people, most notaries aren't even there yet. They're not targeting audiences, and if they are, it's not solo attorneys. They don't know this stuff yet, right? So you guys are so well positioned to be able to really turn up with this just from the email point of view. We haven't even gotten to the YouTube video sales letter yet, where we're going to be targeting certain channels with your YouTube advertisement, folks. So I really want you guys to win. I need you guys to win. I want you guys to win so bad, because I want people to see that this works. I know it's going to work. It's just a matter of implementing it in a way that takes you out of the commodity space. Yes, Marie.
Where would you recommend I put Run in my name at?
Let's see here.
Or domain.
Y'all are Texas, so let's see here. I would do and definitely we got to spell it out, because a lot of times we want to use just the initials RON, but some of these attorneys don't know what that means yet. So I would actually spell out if you can get TX or Texas spelled out, or if you want to go city specific. Or county specific, you can get creative. If you're in Houston, you could do Houston remote online mobile notary. If you're in Dallas, do Dallas remote online.
Miss Marisa, where are you at?
Fort Worth.
Oh, I thought we were neighbors. Okay, we're not neighbors.
So y'all can do however it works out. With you guys both being in Texas, y'all want to grab what you can grab, because Texas has got a lot of notaries.
Yes, I'm in Texas too.
See, in Roosevelt. See, all
I
of
think
y'all
I'm gonna cater to like more like a city, like you saying, as far as instead of doing a text, I'll do the Woodlands remote online notary.
There you go. And here you guys are all in the same state, right? So you guys need to go and secure the domains that you think you're gonna want.
I'm getting it tonight.
Okay.
Call.
Very good.
Yeah.
And Miss Sheila, when you were talking about as far as you changing the ones that you're gonna get, that's smart. I purchased, I paid, I telling all my business. I always tell y'all all my damn business. Okay. Damn. I spent $100 in domains on yesterday.
Yeah.
You will do
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
you'll have a moment where you be like, "Ooh, shoot, let me get it." Go get it when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna share with you the domains that I secured just to give you some thoughts. Okay, and then we're gonna get out of here because the boot camp ain't supposed to be 2 hours, folks. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of one like, oh, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go over here to GoDaddy just so I can show you guys. Because your girl is getting ready to turn up. I got so many sales funnels in my head right now. I'm gonna be up till midnight. That's why I'm gonna be checking. I know I'm gonna be able to check y'all stuff tonight, right? So GoDaddy, I'm telling you guys, when I tell you there's gonna be millionaires made, I think they're gonna be on this call because this here, you're gonna have so much coming your way that you really do need to start identifying that one or that other person that you might be willing to bring on, that second person, that third person. You might start to want to kind of eyeball them now, maybe meet for lunch, maybe meet for something just to kind of start the relationship. You don't want to give anybody an independent contractor agreement at this point. You just want to start that situation because you know what's about to happen, right? And as we saw with the attorneys, I got a contract with the attorney. However, it's not going to immediately happen like that. Okay. You're going to have a, well, I say that with me, I don't know, especially with you guys in Texas, you guys might, and then too, you, Myra, up in North Dakota, there's not a lot happening up there. So when they get your marketing, it's going to be a brand new thing. Like, what in the world? So you might get a faster response. And I didn't deploy an app with my attorney that I'm in contract with. I didn't do that for them. All I told them was my model was different, right? My app was to dispatch my team. I came to my attorney with a team of 20 or so notaries, and my app was just for us. This is different. What I'm teaching you guys to do is to use that app as a forward-facing thing for that attorney. I didn't do that with my attorney. It might be a reason why I haven't gotten any requests because it's too difficult. The form that I'm using to get their information, maybe they don't want to fill it out. I don't know why they haven't sent me anything. But I do know that when you have an app, it's going to increase the likelihood that somebody's going to utilize it sooner rather than later. So anyway, let me get into GoDaddy. Let me see if I can log in here. And yeah, I spent, here we go. Give me my 2-digit code. I spent $100 the other day and was happy to do it because I realized by securing those domains, which I'm about to share with you now, that, and incorporating them with the sales funnel, which I'm going to be building, that it's just gonna be, it's gonna be interesting. I'll just say that. So I'm gonna share my screen with you now. Go to my products. All right. All right. All right. Can you guys see my domain? I mean, can you see GoDaddy on the screen there? Hopefully you can. Go to domain.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, what did I get? Domains, manage all. Okay, so I've got several domains.
You got a basket.
Yeah, I have to see how they come in because I don't know which ones I did this weekend, and it should tell me by the date, September. Here we go. All right, so I did onlinenotarycoach.com, onlinenotarycoaching.com, onlinetrainingblueprint.com. What else did I do in September? Remoteonlinenotary.coach. I grabbed that one. I already had Start a University, startyouruniversity.com, state-specific notary coach, state-specific notarytraining.com. So these are the ones that I actually secured over the weekend because of what I'm about to be doing. And I did some of these back last year, notarypublicsigningagent.org. I did those last year. Those are coming up to be renewed. Actually, they have already, what's today? Some of these are past renewal. But anyway, you see my point? mockloansigning.com. All of these domains I get and I pay for them. And then topronnotaries.com. You see this one down here? I got that one back in July. Okay. I've got some farmer stuff here. But anyway, so that's how I work. I got the notary-nerds.com. I got Notary Nerds Network.com. I got Notary Nerds University.com. I got Notary Nerd University.com. I went to the singular. Always do singular and plural to protect your brand. So my point is this. Now that you're in the funnel space, you're going to need a domain for every funnel that you do create. But right now, we don't want to go crazy, folks. I just wanted you to see that as an illustration of, Sheila, what you were talking about. That's thinking down the right track. I just wanted to give you confirmation on that. Because when you're building funnels, you need a new domain for every funnel. Everything is not going to be your business's domain. All right. Do we have access to the attorney contract template? Tiffany, that attorney contract template was given. I gave access to that one time and one time only a month or so ago?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So after hours Texas Notary, that's bomb. BOMB. I love it. After hours TXnotary.com. Zara, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alabama After Hours Notary.com. I like that one too. Any questions before we go?
Yes, ma'am. And I just went blank. Go ahead, Zara.
Oh, I just wanted to recap real quick. So we got the Connect team. That's our company's app, and it's going to be serving as our opt-in for our funnel. We need to mask our shared link for the Connect team to our new domain name, which would be the Texas Remote Online Notary or whatever everyone else chooses, correct?
Correct.
And then after that, we need to, tonight, we need to add our 33 or 66 attorneys added to the database so that we can get the email for the next class.
That is correct.
So those are the only top 3 things we have to do?
That is the only thing you have to do. And let me do one more. Let me add a fourth, not a task. But for me, I told you guys that I was going to give you each other's contact information. And so I need to do that now before we go.
You want everybody to just type their email address in the chat?
I actually have it here in a spreadsheet.
Okay.
That it probably will be easier if I just do it this way. That way you guys will all have access to it.
And then you all said we could join is it ABA for $150? What's the ABA?
The
American Bar Association.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Monica, for the Connect team, I know that that's our app. So when we're doing like other funnels, would we have to create a new Connect username and password to have like an app for that as well?
Not necessarily, no, because the app, the app is only going to be your opt-in funnel. That's going to be that one that you start with. Now you're gonna have another funnel that's going to be designed to. It's going to be a video sales letter funnel. So on that funnel, you're not going to have the app necessarily associated with it as you would with the whatchamacallit, with the opt-in.
With the emails, yeah.
Right. So to answer your question, that app is not going to necessarily need to be used. You're not going to have to create a new app every time. You're not going to have to redo that. It's just this one beginning of your funnel is where that's going to be. So what I'm going to do is email everyone now so that you guys can have each other's, or do you guys, email is best, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think you understood my question.
Okay, ask it again.
So I got things running in my mind. So like if I had like a totally different business, like my QuickBook business, and if I want to send people like that app, would I have to create a whole new Connect team access for QuickBooks if I wanted to have an app? Okay.
Yes, for a separate business, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Not there yet, but just like wanted to know.
But now you're thinking down the right pathway, because honestly, when you have a what I'm gonna do, I think is the easiest way is just to share that spreadsheet. When you're starting to think like that, that lets me know that you're getting it, because everything is a funnel. There's no more websites, folks. There's no more business cards. These are all antiquated marketing tools that nobody that's making money uses anymore. So when you see people laboring over what does my business card need to have on it, and does it look good, you already know, bless their hearts, they are 24 months behind you. Okay? Because nobody gets business from business cards anymore. Business cards are not effective marketing tools, not in this space, right? Even if you give somebody a title company or somebody your business card, the likelihood that they're going to call you from that card is low if they find it or know where it is. Unless you put a magnet on it, they can put it on their file cabinet. Business cards are old. Your website is old. Nobody even knows your website. Nobody cares about your website. If you go to your website right now, it doesn't compel anyone to do business with you by clicking and scheduling and doing all that. They're gonna sit there and look, and if it's not easy or if it's not super compelling, they're gonna move on. Business cards, websites, thing of the past. When you see people doing them, just clap quietly, because you know that they are at least 24 months behind the 8 ball, because that's what they're focusing their marketing on. The sales funnel is it. The sales funnel is it. Once you create a sales funnel, it is your webpage. It is your salesperson. It takes your person from step A and it moves them, unlike your website, it moves them into action to do something. So that's why you guys are about to really, you guys are the guinea
We don't
pigs.
even know what's about to happen.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna keep it, I'm not gonna get too excited about it, and just keep things really conservative in our expectations, but there's nobody else doing this. Not in the notary space. People are doing it all over the place in other industries, but not in the notary space. So you guys are trend setters. You are ahead of the game. Okay? So don't worry about it being perfect, because nobody's doing it. Okay? Just get your framework built and then deploy. Don't wait on perfection. All right? As far as the contact information, I'm just trying to get that copied over to the spreadsheet that we already have, so I don't have to create another situation, and then we'll get off of here. Any more questions?
Hey,
Ms.
Monica,
Teresa
this
has
is
her
Lynn.
hand
I had a family emergency. Is this going to be, are you gonna upload this? Like, how can I watch the replay?
Yes, so the replay will be uploaded tomorrow. I'm not going to upload it tonight, but it definitely will be uploaded tomorrow, and it will be put in the, the section that says Connect Team, that module that says Connect Team or Create Your App. That's where the video will be for this, for tonight's session.
Okay, let me look for that. Okay.
And then also, are we gonna be able to get the replay that y'all talked about on Saturday, or?
Yeah, I forgot to send that one out too. I got busy. When I got off the computer, the rest of the weekend didn't even get back on there. So let me do both of those tonight, right now. And that way I know that you guys have them. Let me share my screen.
And then my one last question, and I'm quiet for the rest of the night. Miss Meyer, by chance, is there any way, because you said you have access, that you could at least send me, like 5 to 10 contacts, or what would be your recommendation so you're not overwhelmed by us?
Tell me how many you want in what area, and I'll do a search. And I'll
just 15 in the Woodlands. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
15 in the Woodlands, Texas, or Conroe, Texas.
Okay.
I think Ms. Monica, you said give you 3 cities and you found it from those 3 cities, right, Ms. Monica, when you did our search?
From the Notary Nerds Network, no. Yeah, I asked you guys for 3 cities. That is correct, but I haven't done anything on those yet. So
No. I was just asking, how did you do it? You said, so maybe 3 cities, Ms. Myra. I would say Conroe, Woodlands, and Spring, Texas.
Okay.
And then you found whatever you can find, and however many number you want to do. I'm not picky.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. I appreciate you.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Miss Monica, this is Narisa.
Hey,
For
Narisa.
the attorneys that don't have a email address on the website, do you recommend just getting their phone numbers and maybe reaching out to them for an email address, or just strictly search the ones with emails?
I would search for an email if I had to go to LinkedIn. I would get an email, because when you get them on the phone, unless you're prepared to sell them, or unless you're prepared to get them to download your app, you don't want to get caught on the phone. You're going to get the gatekeeper anyway. So you really want to make sure you try to find their email best you can before calling.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And it's downloading the meeting from Saturday, guys. And I'm going to upload that too. I'm going to show you all where everything is, just so we're all on the same page. It's just taking a moment to upload since we're on Zoom at the same time, and I'm trying to download this file. And then that's also where I'm going to do one thing at a time here.
Oh, that's a good one, Mr. Wayne. That's a good tip.
All right, you guys, this is just a brief, there we go. All right, so the Q&A session is being uploaded to the Attorney Marketing Funnel module as we speak. And then the spreadsheet that you all are doing your data entry in, I will copy over everyone's email addresses into there, so that you guys will have one place to be able to get everything, instead of me emailing everyone and copying everybody on that email. All right, so those are in process right now. Let me show you that one. And if there isn't anything else, see, it's uploading right now. It's going to take it a moment. This is the replay. And then the attorney, this spreadsheet right here is just going to be copied over to your existing spreadsheet, which is the Attorney Marketing Funnel Bootcamp. So those of you guys who are in the spreadsheet, that, the database spreadsheet, if you're in there, I just copied over. It says copy of September finals. I'm going to rename it. Let me stop sharing so I can show you guys exactly where it is. So in the spreadsheet where you all are doing all of your data entry, where your names are down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end, which I'll move it over, I'm going to rename this. It's going to be contact info. I'm going to take this person out and this person out. Oh, undo. One thing about Excel that I love is you can't ever mess up too bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and this person. All right, and we're just going to get rid of that whole column. All right, so we're all caught up. Everyone in this boot camp's contact information is right here. All right, so everyone's email is here. And I think I do have to shout somebody out real quick. I got to shout out Wayne, and then I'm going to come to you, Tiffany. Got to shout out Wayne real quick, because as I was compiling all of the results and who was able to come to boot camp and who wasn't, check Wayne out. Wayne got done with everything early.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
There
Congrats,
were some
Ms.
folks
Wayne.
that were in September getting their stuff done. Wayne look, this is what I'm talking about. Wayne, when I see stuff like this, this motivates me to even work harder to get to where I can see you guys win. This right here motivates me. When I saw that, I almost cried. because I was like, he is not playing with me today. Okay. Now, for all of you all, this tab is called contact info. I'm going to go ahead and move it all the way over to the very first tab. So as you all reach out to one another, access this tab, and you guys can email each other from this tab, or get each other's email information from this tab. It's gonna take me a second, but let me just scoot it all the way over to the left. And there we go. Oh, almost. I thought I had it there, but it's taking a little longer. You're just basically want to make sure you find the contact info tab. All right. So as long
And
as
another question, Miss Monica, how soon are you getting back your next assistant or your helper?
I am actually hiring in process of hiring a virtual assistant from the Philippines. And you know what I was talking to you guys about the other day about making sure you have a system in place before you hire someone. Well, what I'm doing now is, if you guys haven't noticed, I've been using a lot more screen grabs and things like that, just like the ones I showed you earlier. I'm creating a training program so that they know what to do for me. So I have given myself until January the 1st to complete that training program, because I have several funnels I'm about to deploy in between now and then. And I don't have time to stop and train and do all of that. And since Notary Nerds is very much automated now, I've got everything very systematized. I don't need anybody right now other than, really nothing. I don't really need anybody for anything. So now I'm creating my SOPs. When I did that spreadsheet for you guys the other day, when I did that form for you guys, that was because I was working on it as well. I've also invested in a training program that is giving me a step-by-step guide on how to screen and hire from the Philippines. I'm going from $22 an hour down to $4 to $10 per hour. I will be able to hire a full-time 40-hour-a-week person at that rate versus a 9 to 1 p.m. person, right? So taking my business and getting the support I need from the Philippines is critical. However, their culture is they don't want to disappoint. And if they don't know what their role is, they will ghost you. They will ghost you. So I have to make sure I have a very clear and understandable training program. This is how you check my emails. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Step by step by step. So I'm giving myself till January to get my program together. And just as an FYI, everything that I'm doing is going into the notary broker business in a box. That's the next.
That's what I was going to ask. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
So this funnel, just so you guys know where I'm heading, you saw all those domains that I secured. This funnel is one of 3 funnels that I'm going to be putting in a package. That package is going to be called the Notary Sales Funnel, right? So that's my mid-grade product. My low-end product is Notary Nerds University. My mid-grade product is the Marketing Funnel Trilogy, the attorney, the title company, and the realtor. I'm so excited about the realtor one. Then my big daddy is the business in a box. So my funnel will start bringing you in at Notary Nerds University, take you up to get you to turn up so you can generate leads. And then I'm going to teach you how to have all that business be operated or be facilitated by your team with the business in a box. So that's kind of where I am. Let's check and see that everything is uploaded, and just to make sure everybody knows where to go to watch the replay. It looks like it has saved. I'll share my screen with you guys. The contact information has been shared with everyone. And the replay for tonight will be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, so the replay from Saturday is currently in Notary Nerds University now in the tools you'll need video. Okay, when you go there and we go out and come back in so you can see it. When you go in, tools you'll need, and it's encoding, but you'll see it there. The contact email is in that spreadsheet that I just shared with you. So you guys have that now. And I'll be checking at 11:59 for all the data entry on your attorney contacts. And I will send out that email tonight on who's for the Zoom for Thursday. I apologize for the change in schedule. I didn't realize the school had a program tomorrow night. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even scheduled the boot camp for tomorrow night. But I'm gonna have to be there. So you have a day off tomorrow. I expect for you to play around with your app. I expect for you to play around with your ClickFunnels.
I just want to let people know, if you need help with that attorney list, email me your name, telephone number, what areas you want the attorneys to be pulled from, and I will start working on it tonight. Sooner you get me the information, the sooner I can start working on it.
Miss Meyer, you want me to send you an email, or
Send me an email. This way I've got your email address and I can email it back to you.
Perfect. Okay, I'll do that now. Thank you.
So
Okay.
she needs, so that's just a recap on that. Myra, if you need help from Myra, she needs an email from you that states, run that down again.
Your name, your telephone number, what areas you want attorneys from. And
Name,
then,
telephone number, and the areas.
yes, and however many areas you need it from, it's fine. And if you know a precise number of attorneys you need, say there's 10, 15, 30, whatever it is, tell me what number you need. And I'll do my best to do it for everyone.
And Myra, when I was doing that,
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much for doing that. But here, I'm gonna give you a little cautionary tale. When you're doing that, if you could just click, highlight that first attorney and scroll all the way down, right click, copy and paste. I think there's 20 per page. Because when I was sharing emails through the database to people, I was the quickest way to do it. So you're not having to do a whole lot of work, because that's going to be a lot on you.
Right.
I was even screenshotting won't be as effective, because if you screenshot it, they can't, I don't know if they can copy and paste it.
They can't copy and paste it.
Okay, so then, yeah, I was highlighting the page and just right clicking, and it wasn't pretty. And I wasn't trying to make it pretty for everyone. I was just trying to get them the information. So I right clicked, and just so you know, I'm encouraging you, thank you for doing this, but you're about to get hit with a lot. So make it easy for yourself, because you still need to get your boot camp stuff done too, okay?
Right.
All right. All right, anybody
And
else?
then Ms. Monica, what would you like our subject line to be in the email for you, so you can be able to easily identify what we're sending?
Just put boot camp in it.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Tiffany? Is that?
Yeah, here I am. 2 questions. The first one, which classes do we need to follow up on for, I think I kind of browsed through the attorney something. It was an old class.
Yeah, this, let me go to the NNU curriculum so you guys can see that class. It is the attorney marketing funnel. Let me go find it. Marketing to attorneys and how to build an attorney database. Over here to the left. How to build an attorney database. It's a long one. It might be one that you just listen to. But it's going to go over basically how to use the American Bar Association's membership to your advantage. And then the other one is marketing to attorneys. And there we've got the template for the email. We're going to be reusing these emails, by the way. So
okay, and the second question was, we are not doing the next live until Thursday, but that's only if we have the numbers in tonight, like within the next hour and 30 minutes.
correct.
But some of us should already have the first batch of the 33, right? Because we had to have it due to get into this course, correct?
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Right.
sorry I said it. My bad.
Okay, so if you don't have it, then you don't get any more lives,
Correct.
even though the next live isn't until Thursday.
Correct.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Okay, so I gotta ask, can you make an exception? Cause I had to travel a couple hours to check on make an emergency trip to check on my son at college, and I'm on my way home. And if you could give us a little more time, I would be very, very appreciative.
So do you have any of your attorneys from attending the marketing attorney class?
I think I do. It's been a while, but I think I do.
Okay.
That was my same concern, and I just added those to the database as well as sent the email.
The email, which email, Tiffany, are you talking about?
The one to Marcy.
Oh, to
Myra.
Myra?
Yep.
Do y'all have do you have your ClickFunnels subscription started?
I don't.
Okay. Is that Tiffany or was that Narisa? Narisa, how about you?
That's Tiffany.
Okay, Tiffany.
No, ma'am, I haven't started my ClickFunnels yet. I'm working on my attorney list.
And then also, Miss Myra, this email for Kozak Mobile Notary, it's saying invalid email address. So is it spelled correctly? K is in kite, OSAK Mobile Notary?
Yes, it is.
Let me make sure I properly put it in there. It could have been my error. I'm thinking, y'all, I'm thinking. Cause if now, then I'm gonna have to check tomorrow. You see, cause it's work for me too, right? Let me check this email and make sure that I put everybody's copy because I don't know why it gave you the wrong email, Zara.
Yeah, Kozak Mobile Notary at gmail.com.
Oh, at Gmail.
There we go. Yeah, it's at Gmail on here. Yeah.
I didn't get a error message on mine, Myra. If you can verify if you got it.
Okay. Tiffany, I got yours.
Thank you.
Did you get mine, Miss Myra? Just sent it.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, and Tiffany, if you can give me more than one area, just in case I don't get Zahara, I just got yours.
Perfect.
Okay.
And is it to your liking?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you got Flint in there too. Okay, I'll see what I can do and I'll email you guys back here shortly because I'm going to be going through it. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay, guys. So this is what we're gonna do. So for those of you guys who are not going to be able to get your, you know that you're not gonna be able to get it done by this evening at 11:59. Yes, tomorrow I will allow for you guys to go ahead and use that as an opportunity to get those things caught up and still be able to access the lives. Okay, so if you don't have that done yet, then go ahead and get that done. Tomorrow is, I guess, what you can call like an administrative day that you have an extra day to work since we're not going to be doing a live. As long as your database is updated tomorrow, then you will get an invite to the live, which means that I'm going to wait until tomorrow and do it all one time. So instead of staying up tonight and emailing you guys that Zoom link, I'll just put that off till tomorrow so I can just check it one time. And whoever's done by 11:59 tomorrow, that's who will get the email for the Zoom link. That'll save me from doing it tonight and allow you all that need the extra day to be able to get that done. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Yes,
Miss-
thank you.
Thank you.
Miss
All right, you're welcome.
Monica, Miss Monica,
Yes.
this is Narisa, and if you need me to help you do anything, you can just reach out to me. I'm kind of slow at daycare. I'm gonna
Okay.
probably stay up and work on mine as much as possible, but I volunteer to help you do whatever you need to do to get them processed for
Okay,
the
I
next class or
appreciate it.
whatever.
I appreciate that, Narisa. Thank you always for being there for me like that. I appreciate you. Y'all are
And just
awesome.
a quick
Y'all are-
question, Ms. Mara, did you get my email?
Let me check. Yes, I did.
Monica,
Roosevelt.
I'm just gonna spoil you with money in big bank. You know, I ain't.
Yes, ma'am.
I did it.
I was about to say,
Yes,
y'all, Myra don't need to pay for gas the rest of the week, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Okay.
Y'all not have to fill up her tank for the rest of the week. So,
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
listen.
I'm gonna get off so I can get these lists done, okay, guys?
all right, you guys,
Thank
we're all
you.
about to get off of here. You guys had a great, great class. Thank you very much. I apologize for all the confusion at the very beginning. I'm glad we all finally got on the right page. It's just something new. We don't have a blueprint for it. We're creating it. Get some rest. You got an extra day. You can get some rest and get all the things you need to get done. So have a great evening, and I'll see you all notary meet and greet on Wednesday night, but then our next boot camp on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Shout out to all of us for showing up for ourselves, y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, real
Yes.
quick. I have several hundred members at Notary Nerd University. Only 22 qualified to come to boot camp. There's only 14 of y'all on the call tonight.
Woo!
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.